Running of the 1992 J&B Met for 750,000 rand over 2,000 meters at Kenilworth, Cape Town, South Africa. Introducing your hosts for today, Henny Peterson will be
just about to leave the parade, not to Anton Marcus.
Yes, it's a great atmosphere today. Everyone's feeling good. Horses are doing well. I'm sure we're going to have a super race.
Anton, your horse is definitely a long-distance horse. Are you going to set the pace?
He's not. Ideally, he would be suited to a faster pace. So I'm going to play it by ear. I'm going to bounce him out the pens and just take it from there. If they are going slowly, I'll make my own pace.
What are the chances of the big ones, Illustrator and Flaming Rock?
Yeah, I feel they're the class horses of the race, and I'm sure for the two of them and a few of the others will fight out the finish.
Thanks, Anton. Thank you.
There's Icono walking around, the Gold Cup winner, and he might well just set the pace, as Anton said, but I get the feeling that he's not exactly sure whether he'll be able to bounce out quick enough to get to the front.
Now I see on the far side the grey I'm taking it, number 11, with Andrew Fortune. He's also drawn wide at number 17 draw. He's the winner of the Queen's Place, and of course that's always proved to be a good trial for this race.
And Andrew Fortune has had good fortune today. He's been riding winners.
Yes, he has, but the trainer who's been the best in form, Ralph Rixon, he's won 3 races today. He has no runner in the Met this year.
Well, Ralph Rixon, of course, won this race with Wild West, and it would be nice to see him have a runner. And the year that Wild West won, it was just an absolute romp away, and it was a favourite in 1986, and he just won very, very easily, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I see there, and mounted on the horse is Rakeen's Jockey, in the black with the white sleeves. Rakeen is an interesting horse because he must be a wonderful stallion prospect, being by Northern Dance out of the champion race made Glorious Song. He's already a Group 2 winner in this country and Group 3, and he bids to become one of the first horses to break this hoodoo of travelling from the Transvaal.
Jeff Lloyd has a great ride this afternoon, a horse I give a great chance to, Divine Master, and let's join Henny.
The comment, Jeff, is that you've got a great ride under you. What are the chances this afternoon?
Mr. Kennemer says he has no problems with his preparation, which is unusual. Usually things always seem to go wrong when you want everything to go right. But apparently I haven't worked him. I've been very busy travelling. But he feels also on a good race. He's got a good weight and a good draw. And obviously it's a bit of luck in running.
Flaming Rock is the favourite. Would you go along with that?
I think he's also really, he looks very well. I think the blinkers have definitely woken him up. And, you know, the pace is on, which I think is going to be. I think a horse like him and Illustrator will be the two dangers.
Divine Master walking around, the governor aboard, and Divine Master, who ran such a terrific race behind Flaming Rock in the CTP Stakes, carrying 58 that day, now carries 53. Got to give him a chance, Robin.
Yes, he has a lower weight today, but you know, Flaming Rock is a champion racehorse who comes from the rear of the field, and he always manages to get his head up just at the last moment, and it always gives me the impression that in actual fact, if he starts his run earlier, he wins by further. Chris Snaith was a bit worried, his trainer, that he might be too far back, as much as 10 and 15 lengths turning for home, so this time has put the blinkers on to try and keep him much more handy today, and if that has its effect, he could actually win quite easily, if indeed he can reproduce his best form. Remember that last time out, going for his 6th consecutive win, he unfortunately blotted his copybook with an unplaced run, albeit that he was only beaten 2.9 lengths by the winner. It was a bit disappointing on that day in the Queen's Place, and it remains to be seen if he can produce his very best form here on the day.
No question that he is the champion here today. Illustrator's got everything to do to get back to what he was when he was champion in his time in 1990. There's the 1991 champion, and what a horse. I wouldn't be surprised to see him fighting it out with Divine Master, and a horse like Spanish Galliard, who did so well and came second in the Queen's Place. He's a lovely sort.
Flaming Rock will also make a wonderful stallion, I think, when he goes to stud, because he has an enviable record already, and he's by Ballard Rock out of Flagera, bred in Ireland.
Well, Henny Peterson has Garth Fuller with him.
This Averoff, is that a problem, Garth?
Any wide draw is always a problem, you know, you've got to come over, but fortunately she comes from behind, so she'll overcome it, I think.
And you actually like riding from behind, Garth?
I enjoy riding from anywhere, just that, you know, the horses that I used to ride in Cape Town and the conditions in Cape Town suit riding from behind, but I can ride from anywhere.
Okay, in the Queen's Stage she was 4th, and now in the J&B Met?
It's up a lot closer. I think the distance might be a bit far for her, but she'll do her best. Good.
Thanks, Garth. Miss Averoff, who often gets away very slowly from the pens, and that is a big problem. Pete Steyn now trains Miss Averoff.
Yes, a stable change, and she came from well back in the Queen's Place to run 4th, running on very strongly. She's not quite certain to get the trip over 2,000 metres, but it interests me that she's a daughter of Favaros, who won this race back in 1982, so history could repeat sire into daughter.
She certainly looks well on her toes, and it would be very ironic if she were to win today for Peter Canaway, because he doesn't have her anymore. Michael Roberts, a tremendous rider, of course, done so well in the UK, is back in South Africa, and he's with Henny.
18 rides in the Met and 1 win. Michael, could it be a second one today?
Well, let's hope. So, you know, not really a great record, 1 in 18, but little horse feels well. But I must say the big horse are looking exceptionally well. Flaming Rock and Spanish Galliard, you know, they're looking in tremendous form, and even the filly, Miss Avroff, you know, they're looking fantastic.
I don't think we've ever had 2 Rothmans July winners in the J&B Met field, Michael.
No, I don't think so. And just looking around the parade ring at them, you know, I thought they're looking exceptional class of horse in this race today. You know, I think everybody concerned must be very proud of these animals. They've turned them out fantastically, and they're looking in great shape.
But the horse to beat is Flaming Rock.
Well, he's a class horse, you know, and I think the Met, outsiders don't really win the Met. You need a class horse for this race. Flaming Rock, Spanish Galliard, which is probably well weighted on the Queen's Plate form. The only question mark is what happened to him in the Queen's Plate, Flaming Rock. You know, if you can rule that run out, then he will take all the beating.
Thanks, Michael.
Trans 6, a 7-time winner by Home Guard. Home Guard is now, of course, no longer with us, but what a sire he's been.
A good stallion both in Europe and here. Transfix's form is best summed up by his run in the Durban July, where he ran only a length behind Flaming Rock, is now 5 kilograms better off. But flattered by that run, I think he ran the race of his life that day. He was then beaten in his next 5 starts. Last time out, 1. May come back to the form, but I don't really think he's this class.
Oh, we haven't mentioned Brief Affair and Castilian Dancer much, but it may be a little bit short for Castilian Dancer. Refer to Daddy, the 5-year-old mare, trained by Mike Riley. What is interesting is the way they jump at this course and how they have to maneuver themselves. And Andrew Fortune, jockey, spoke to us earlier. He won the Queen's Plate. Let's just have a look at him, and let us take us through the course and see what this 2,000-meter race is like.
Horses jumping. 800-meter back stretch. If you're well drawn, you'll probably be looking to keep your position more or less 3, 4, 5 lengths off them. If you're badly drawn, you'll be chasing around, not trying to burn your horse too hard, because you've got 800-meter back stretch. And coming up to the 14 slow run race, you probably should be about 3, 4 lengths off them now, probably caught wide. When you get to about the 1200, you should be in. And if you're not in by then, you're in a little bit of trouble. Coming across the junction, they're all probably slowing down, so everybody will be compact. If you're caught out wide, you'll probably look to improve your position around the turn. And just stay there. We're starting to pick up the pace now, sprinting firm. If you're 3, 4 lengths off them going well, you probably still give your horse a bit of a chance up the straight with 600 meters to go. Now we're coming up to the 400 meters mark. 3/4 of Jock will be out with his 6 under the whip. Towards the 200 meter mark, you'll be probably looking to join the leaders. 150 yards, hit the front, and hopefully go win it going away. Any jockey is a prestige winning the J&B Met.
Sight of the winning post, which everybody wants to see. And the 7-in-shot, stake control from Darrell Hodgson's stable. And also, I'm taking it going through in shot with Rakeen. And looking really well is Illustrator, but so much to prove, Robin.
Well, one of the greatest horses in the history of racing here. You know, he injured his tendon, a check ligament, and had some trouble with his feet. He was off the track for 16 months. Terence Millard, his trainer, as you know, retired last year, and Tony took over the string. This horse has been nursed back to health. Last time out was beaten a short head to show his well-being, and everything depends today if he can reproduce his best form.
Well, and obviously one of the big things is he was thrown out into the paddocks, and he's been running in the mountains, and he's had 6 months to strengthen those legs, and let's just hope he's right now. Gillian van Houten is down in the passion, and Gillian, how are things down there? I'm sure full of excitement. Had all in Playboy, certainly looked very delightful, and bearing all there is Spanish Galliard number 17, a magnificent-looking chestnut colt. He really is something else, this horse. He's been a trifle unlucky. Maybe he's going to get pipped again. Robbie Sham, a terrific rider, is very confident today.
Yes, he ran second to Olympic Jewel last year. He's won 6 races and 400,000 in prize money. Remember, he won the Champion Stakes, was disqualified on an objection.
Here's the only son of Northern Dancer, Rakeen, to race here in South Africa. and he's going to be very close up there. Sweating a little bit, he had to come down in the plane. They had to go through a bit of rain and hail while they were loading, but apparently they all came down very well and traveled well, and well, we hope he does well.
And everything depends for he and the Lustrador whether or not this Transvaal Hulu can be beaten. Remember that no Transvaal trained horse has won this race since 1943. That's a very long time, and it remains to be seen if these horses can do it. The Millard stable has won this race on 6 occasions, and Felix Garcia has won it on 5 times. So we'll see if Lustrador can do it. Let's cross now to Zahan Malherbe for commentary on the J&B Met 1992.
The team drawn 1 along the inside, the black and white colours. Next to him is Transfix. Just 1 or 2 still to load. They should be having a little trouble with Stag Hunter. Stag Hunter in the black and gold colours. You see the handlers all around shoving him forward. There's Spanish Galliard in picture. Ran a great race in the Queen's Plate. Looks well handicapped here. Spanish Galliard goes in. In the checked colours and the checked blinkers is Divine Master, and after that the grey Miss Averoff, and that'll be it. Miss Averoff going in on the far side. They're ready to race. Gates are open. Stand on the way in the J&B Met. Looks to be a nice level beginning. There goes Transfix on the far side. Jungle stands off to set the early pace. Icona's rushing around horses on the outside. It's Icona on the far side, and Jungle stands disputing the early lead. State Control is right there. Admiralty Archer, those green colours and the white cap, is also going up to join the leaders. I'm taking it as just in behind these. They being followed by Rakeen with Spanish Galliard along his outside. Here's Flaming Rock, just 5 lengths off them. He's much handier today. Castilian Dancers racing on his outside, and Brief Affair is in behind these. Transfix and Mace Roberts are 6 lengths off the leader. Divine Master racing on the outside of that, with Phantom Rubber caught out wide. Illustrador's been switched off near the back of the field by Felix Garcia, 8 lengths off the leader. Queen's Gold racing up on his outside. Fine Token alongside that one. Then Miss Averoff racing about 12 lengths off the leader. Book and Diesel racing on the outside of that, and Stag Hunter's the trailer. He's 20 lengths off this leader. Icona sets the pace as they run to the 900. Castilian Dancer on the far side racing second. Admiralty Arch is back at the rail in third. The grey I'm taking it is fourth, 3 lengths off the lead. They being followed by Jungle Sands along the inside, with Refer to Daddy outside of that. Rakeen is back at the rail just in behind these. They being followed by Spanish Galliard, who's racing a little wide on the turn. Flaming Rock between runners is there. Illustrador switched to the inside. He's being asked to quicken up. He's still 6 lengths off this leader. Icona says, catch me if you can, as they come to the 400. Castilian Dancer down the outside is the one that's chasing hardest. Spanish Galliard coming to the outside for his run, then Flaming Rock. Illustrador can't possibly win it. They come to the 300, and Spanish Galliard, Flaming Rock coming through along the inside. Spanish Galliard, Flaming Rock, Divine Master is coming on strongest in the centre. Flaming Rock, Divine Master, a desperate struggle. Divine Master and Flaming Rock, here it comes. Divine Master, I think, got there a short head. Flaming Rock, but it's desperately close, even for the placings behind that. Spanish Galliard, they were followed in behind that by Brief Affair, who ran a good race. Queen's Gold came on from the back of the field. Behind that one was Phantom Robber. Towards the back of the field was a very disappointing Illustrador.
Oh, what a fantastic performance on the part of Divine Master. Divine Master, what a fantastic performance, trained by Peter Cannemare. Jeffrey Lloyd, the champion current jockey, absolutely at his best. You see him here coming from well behind. He's lying about 7th or 8th now, beginning his run in the blinkers and the noseband. Icona gives all his best, starts to drop away. Spanish Galliard in the red colours has taken the lead. Flaming Rock comes at the right stage and has all but won the race. And all of a sudden, late on the scene comes Jeff Lloyd under Divine Master to get up in the last stages of the race under the receipt of 5 kilograms in weight. Flaming Rock ran all he could. It was a gallant effort on his part, and he gets run out in only the last stride. The result of the CTT stakes is reversed. And the winner, Divine Master, by Divine King out of the Budapest mare, owned by Mr. Val Berselman and bred by her husband Clive Berselman, and gives Peter Cannemare his second winner in the big race. He won this race back in 1980 with Sunshine Man. Jeff Lloyd has formerly won this race with Wolf Power. What a wonderful performance for the Met, and I think that no one can be upset at the performance of Flaming Rock, but the horse that was disappointing was a Lustador, who never really showed at any stage in the race. He was always out the back door, he never really ran on in the straight, and he ran very disappointingly to finish nearer last than first. The winner, Divine Master, is a 5-year-old bay gelding by Divine King out of Radinka by Budapest, trained by Peter Kannemeyer, ridden by Jeffrey Lloyd, and owned by Mrs. V.E. Berzelman. Here's the official results going into the frame. First, number 14, Divine Master. Second, number 1, Flaming Rock. And a photograph for the third placing, which was very, very close. Well, what a wonderful thing to have won the Met. Jeff Lloyd must be really happy today. It's a crowning achievement for him. He's well clear in the jockey's table and looks unbeatable till the rest of the season. And you can see just how mightily pleased he is to have won the Met. Divine King has been a remarkable stallion. He was originally imported into Zimbabwe. He came down here in the middle of his stud career, having been 7 times champion sire in Zimbabwe, and he really has become a top-class stallion in this country. Last season, he moved up into the 3rd position in the national log behind Foveros and Northern Guest, and he now stands with the Aventure stud of Mr. Tony Tabor, and how pleased he will be, and how pleased all these Zimbabwean viewers today will be, because there's so many of Divine King's fillies still up in that country. A real feather in the cap of Zimbabwean breeders, this great stallion, Divine King. Jeffrey Lloyd absolutely proud of himself on Divine Master. And those punters who backed him down so strongly in the betting will be extremely pleased today. Horse looks a picture.
Oh, Martin, I've got it.
Well, unfortunately, Martin's microphone down in the parade ring is not working, and it's such a great pity, because Peter Kannemeyer is such a wonderful character, and it's a fitting tribute to see him win this race today, because within the last week he's been unfortunate to lose his wife, and our condolences go to him for that sad loss. And here, what a day of mixed fortunes. It just shows you what it is in the racing game. When you're down in the depths, you come back with the greatest achievement, perhaps, of your life. Divine Master, a very significant training achievement, because this horse has never really been this Group 1 championship class. It was what I held against him at the outset of the race, but Peter Kannemeyer has produced him in absolutely perfect condition on the day.
Hang on a second.
And I never realised that I've got so many guys on my side, really.
You had a lot of people on your side. That Garthfuller was one of the first to come and hug you.
One of the first.
And now does this wipe out the mainstay?
Yes, it makes one feel a little bit better, you know. But we were so confident, you know, really we were.
It's a while since I tipped a winner for the J&B, Peter, but I really felt today, with the less weight, that you'd have a huge chance.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, a happy man must be Clive Berzelman. His wife has owned the winner because he bred this horse himself. He was one of the original shareholders who bought shares in Divine King. He's faithfully mated mares to the stallion every season, and here he's rewarded with the biggest winner of his life. And Clive Berzelman has always been a great supporter of racing, and it's really pleasing to see him succeed here today. Dean Kannemeyer, Peter Kannemeyer's son and assistant trainer, how happy he must be with this great performance today.
Well, here's Veronica Berzelman, who owns this wonderful horse, Divine Master. How are you feeling?
Thrilled, absolutely thrilled.
And your husband, he bred Divine Master?
Yes.
Just tell us how that all came about.
We bought the mare at the sale in Pietermaritzburg. She was in pole, and then we put her in pole to Divine King the next year, and this is what we've got.
It's a wonderful story, sir. And perhaps the most exciting thing is that we've got 3 imports in this race. The sales are tomorrow at Goodwood, and it does mean that if you buy locally, perhaps at the sales tomorrow, there's a very good chance that you might pick up the winner of the J&B Met.
Every chance.
Well, you must get Clive to come and join me here, because I think this is a truly great moment. How are you feeling? Where is Clive? How are you feeling before? We're having a look at the race again.
I was so nervous. and
And you're still feeling nervous. But you knew you had a big chance.
Thank you very much.
And here's Chris Nath of Flaming Rock. Chris, let's ask Chris, Mr. Bell, chairman of the South African Surf Club, with me here, and also Chris Nath. Chris, we thought you might just fight it out with the winner.
He hung on and he hung on. I think the weight caught him out in the last stretch.
But you've got him back to his best again.
He's back there, yeah. Pity I couldn't have had him there for the Queen's Plate.
Well, that was tremendous stuff. Let's go back to Robin now for the official results of the 1992 J&B Met.
The official results of the 1992 J&B Met 750,000 Rand over 2,000 meters, grade 1. First, number 14, Divine Master. Second, number 1, Flaming Rock. Third, number 10, Brief Affair. And fourth, number 17,